Okay, Laurie, let's check out your swim stroke. We'll start with the front view, and we have here your above water view and your below water view down below here. We're looking at the front view, and first thing I want to point out is down below here, all of this. You see all these bubbles. That's an indication that something is going really wrong. As you swim through the water, it should be you should be creating as few bubbles as possible. Um, but you won't deal with that by trying not to create bubbles. We need to fix something, and we'll identify what that is as you get a little closer here. Looks like good head position from this distance until now. Actually, you're taking a breath here, and if we look right here, up top, we can see pretty much your entire head is up out of the water. We don't definitely don't want that to happen, and that's one of the things that's causing you to make all these bubbles. Now, once your head goes back to non-breathing position, it goes into a good low position. So you got that. That's really nice. A couple of other things going on here. You can see all this splashing here has completely obscured your head. If we roll this back a little bit, you start out, you've got a nice recovery position right here. Got this upper arm up nice and high, elbow up high, and this hand in a good position to come in. But what we'd like to see happen is we'd like to see this hand come down to a position, roughly 4 to 6 inches in front of your head. So the arm the arm would be up like this, and then the hand come in like this into a hole, piercing a hole into the water. So your fingers come in first, followed by your hand, followed by your wrist, then your forearm would go right through that hole, followed by your elbow, your upper arm, and so on. So all of it would go into the water about 4 to 6 inches in front of your head and extend out underneath the water. What we're seeing here, it almost, you tried to do that, but your hand skimmed out on top of the surface of the water so shallow that it created all this bubble. So it effectively enters the water all at once. See if you can see that a little better on the right side there. The whole arm above the water here extends out, and you can see by the splashes it's pretty much all going into the water as a unit. We want to see that elbow stay high and that arm come into the water, go underneath, and then do all the extension under the water. So two things we've seen so far. One is when you take a breath, and actually right here your head is really high. Either that or your swim cap is way back on your head. Looks like it's too high though. We'll be able to see that better from a side view. The other thing is the arms extend out a little much above water. Anytime you put something above the water in front of your body out here, your lower body's going to sink. Your brain senses that. Your brain does not want your lower body to sink, and so you're going to start doing a lot of kicking and some other things. And the other thing in particular that we're going to see is right here. So right here we can see you've extended your arm out now. It is underwater now in a good position. Unfortunately, we got all this splashing, so it just entered the water. But regardless, if you had gotten it into the water and then extended underneath the water, this is the position you would be in. What we'd like to see is that hand hold this position while the other arm comes around and does its recovery. However, because your legs, your lower body is wanting to drop down in the water, in order to push the upper body back up, there's two things you can do. One is to kick, and we can see back here up top that you are kicking. So you're doing a lot of extra kicking, which takes a lot of energy. The other thing you can do to prevent that body from dropping is we can take this hand and we can push straight down with it. And so we'll go a little bit forward, and we see that arm, instead of staying up here, is pushing down. That pushing down keeps the body up on top of the water. We'll be able to see all of these things much better from the side view. There we could see this arm comes in, your left arm, and instantly starts pushing down and then pulls back. You can see it pushes down for a bit, and then somewhere around here starts to pull back. So you get forward momentum from about this point on, but all of this back here is to keep your body on top of the water. So we'll take a look at this from the side, and we can check it out from a different position and talk a bit more about it. One other thing that you can see here, head out of the water, and the additional thing is your eyes are looking way up at the sky. We'd like to see them horizontal, looking right at the side, or slightly up, but not way up at the sky like this. I get rid of that and move on. Yeah, the forehead's still way up top of the head, entire top of the head out of the water. As we can see here, we can just see barely the side of your face. We should see the whole top or half of the top of your head as well. So we'll take a look at this from the side view next.